Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
You know, some of us out there are living with Comcast. I'm one of them who has Comcastic internet service that sometimes likes to be up and other times not so much. You may have seen some videos floating around the internet, possibly a photo of Comcast technicians who've fallen asleep. And as we opened up the phone line tonight, I got a call from Chris here, just randomly, and he introduced himself. He said, "Hey, do you remember seeing a picture of a guy who fell asleep, a Comcast technician?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "I'm the one who took that photo." So, Chris, tell me the story.
Okay, well, we had been having Comcast problems with we had a DVR and it kept on giving us problems, so we called, and it took him a couple days, and they finally came out. He said that he needed to go downstairs and check the other boxes, where our other box was in the basement, so we let him go downstairs. About an hour later, we came downstairs, and we've seen him sleeping on my son's pillow on his futon, and I couldn't believe it. I was pissed off. I'd seen some guy sleeping on my futon. I woke him up. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm on the phone. I'm on hold." And I'm like, "Okay, so you need to sleep on He's like, "I'm sorry." And we're like, "Okay." And we went upstairs. I went upstairs. I told my wife about it. She didn't believe me and everything. We did. So I went back downstairs about half an hour later, and I swear to God, he was sleeping again.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was pissed off. I'm like, "Get the hell out of my house."
Wow.
And he just picked up his stuff and he walked out and sat in my driveway for about a half an hour with his feet propped up in the window, talking on the phone. He didn't fix nothing. He didn't give us papers. He didn't give us nothing. And he just left. We called Comcast and they didn't do nothing about it. They didn't even send it. They said we'd have to wait another 3 days for another technician to come back out. And, you know, we were done at the point. We weren't going to call the news. We weren't going to do nothing. The next day we went to the apple orchard, and we had came back, and the wires on the side of our house were cut off. All of them were cut. And we called Comcast. We didn't know what it was. We called Comcast, and they said they never cut it off or anything. But we came to find out the guy got fired. So all of our wires have been conveniently cut off the side of our house.
You're kidding.
No. So we called Comcast back and asked them if they can reconnect it. They said they couldn't come out for another 2 days, 3 days. I'm like, at that point I was really pissed, and we decided we were going to switch cable companies. But we called the news and they couldn't believe it either, and we showed them the picture and everything. But we ended up switching to AT&T Uverse. But it was pretty bad.
Wow.
Yeah, also our dogs had gotten, we don't know if it was from him, but it was convenient that our dogs had gotten sick too. You know, all this kind of stuff was happening right after this guy had got fired.
Wow. You never, man. You know, I've had my issues with Comcast, largely out of finger pointing. I'm sure Comcast customers have heard this. Well, we see nothing wrong on our end. Have you reset the modem? Unplug the modem. Wait 10 seconds. Plug it back in. Is it fine now? Well, there's no problem on our end.
Yeah, it was absolutely horrible.
Wow.
We ended up switching right after. We had other problems with it. They're drilling holes right in the center of our brand new hardwood floor, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, continuously we had to get a new DVR every other month, and it was really bad. So we ended up switching, and we haven't had any problems since.
Wow, I've never had any kind of nightmare story like that. That's to an extreme. But you really never know who you're letting into your house.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
What kind of qualifications do Comcast technicians even step through? I mean, that's a question I'm curious about. I mean, they obviously got to know something, right?
Yeah, you'd think.
Wow. So who are you using for broadband then? You're a new cable provider or a DSL?
AT&T. We
Okay.
use AT&T home phone, cellular, cable, and internet.
Wow.
So
Jeez,
and everything works fine now. It's perfect.
So you blogged this whole thing in the news covering it. You are Chris Wow Way Boy.
Yeah, it was a random username. It's
On
something
YouTube.
I didn't think it would really get that big, but...
Oh, no. Anytime you talk about Comcast, believe you me, it's going to get big. Chris Wow Way Boy on YouTube is where you can find the original, and we'll have to embed the video clip when we post this particular... It's not really an interview. It's just kind of like behind the scenes, what happened and everything surrounding it, because, certainly we've... as a Comcast customer, I can completely understand. I had AT&T when I was in California, Southern California, and I had no problem with it at all. Like Roadrunner service, it was great, didn't have a complaint, ran fast. There were some times where it was down, but it wasn't an issue. I was feeling a real pinch in this particular location in Seattle, and I've got no choice. The DSL that's like the highest I can get is so incredibly low. It's not. It's enough that I can run like a video feed out because I've got that dedicated. In fact, it's great. I've got the video feed connected to a DSL connection. People will watch me just go down. I'll like, did the video feed freeze? And they're like, no. I'm like, wait a second. Oh, Comcast, because the router, the gateway modem will reset itself. It's at random because it gets too well. That's a problem with the hardware, not necessarily from Comcast. Comcast, I've had other issues that seem to pop up when I'm doing a lot of things online. And let's face it, as geeks, we do a lot of things online.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's interesting. Now, did you call with a question or just to say hello and that you're watching?
I was just gonna tell you the story.
That's great.
I figured you were talking about Comcast earlier. I'd let you know.
That's a great story. Well, Chris, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching the stream. Thanks for calling.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, cool.
Well, take care.
You too.